Hi and welcome back to the Cheeky Crypto podcast. My name's Chris and it's fantastic to have you back with us for another podcast video. And obviously if you're watching this on YouTube, do let me know what you think about the new sort of image that's coming through on the screen, because this is a brand new lens for my camera, and it does actually sort of give you more of an idea of the actual size of the studio that I have been operating out of for the last few years. So I am going to be upgrading and getting another 2 studios here, so it's going to be epic over the next few months. But this is like a music studio booth, so yeah, it's very, very small, and yeah, I think this gives you more of an idea of, you know, the size of the room, right? Literally my chair is almost touching the you know, the back wall. So yeah, look, let me know your thoughts and opinions on my new lens. But you know, today's video we're going to go through, you know, the market. We're going to have a look at, you know, some of the news articles, and look, you know, we saw a bit of a pump to the upside off the back of what happened with the Fed yesterday, and I'm going to sort of dig into that, give you my thoughts and opinions on the market, and why, you know, I still think it's too early to say that we're in a bull market. I think there's going to be a lot of people in this financial sector that are going to potentially get wrecked, and you know, everybody's quick to jump on, you know, a particular influencer because the market's pumped and they're expecting it to go lower. These things have a certain way of working themselves out, and sometimes it doesn't always go directly down, and we get, you know, some movements up and down, and sometimes, you know, you get what I call bear market rallies. And I was a few weeks back, way before all this sort of kicked off, saying expect some bear market rallies. Look, this isn't something Nick and myself haven't experienced before, and so look, there's many influencers that were wrong back in June and said that was the bottom. They are talking as if, you know, we were back in June. So, you know, look, we need some confirmation, and I think it's safer to wait for that confirmation, maybe not get the lowest price possible, but get somewhere close. So for me, it's all about, you know, safety first, good risk management. Otherwise you end up being like somebody that, you know, manages to trade the market impeccably, but you have poor risk management and you leave all of your crypto on FTX. And we see what happens with, you know, the likes of FTX. They collapse. That person did nothing wrong apart from having poor risk management and lost all of their crypto. So look, for me, it's better to be safe than sorry. I'm still in preserve capital mode, and I'm going to sort of dig into why I have these thoughts and opinions. And look, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a qualified financial advisor, and I'm not giving financial advice. I'm giving you my thoughts and opinions on the market. And you know, you can go through the channel, the main channel, probably better because it's been going for longer, and see whether, you know, we've been right more than we've been wrong. And I feel comfortable saying I feel like we've been right more than we've been wrong, but nobody gets it right 100% of the time. So I want to be clear about these things. I really want to sort of just, you know, articulate it from our side. You know, we're trying to support people be, you know, successful in the space and stay safe in the space. And sometimes, you know, it isn't always going to be plain sailing and as people, you know, expect it to be, but we still, you know, stick to the narrative, which is against the majority, that, you know, we expect it to go down. Does that mean that we're going to see a new lower low? Maybe not. Maybe we're just going to go down and we're going to get that confirmation that, you know, it's you know, ready to start, you know, accumulating and that side of things. So it's just waiting for that. And I think, you know, people that have been in the Discord would understand where we're coming from, and particularly the members on Patreon, they will also have a good understanding of, you know, why we talk about these things, how we talk about these things. So look, if you enjoy these sort of podcasts, obviously it's slightly longer content, more time to chat. It is just me today, no JB, but he will likely be back tomorrow. But yeah, look, mash up that like button. It really does support our channel. We really do appreciate it. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Tap in that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video. So let's rattle through a lot of this news, and I'll give you my thoughts and opinions. So we're going to start here, right? And Big Short fame, Michael Burry, sell is his tweet basically on his social media platform. So this sort of comes, I believe, after the Fed did their announcement. he's saying sell. And this is, the same narrative that Nick and myself have got. He looks at the data and, he's not emotional about it. And, he's more accurate than a lot of others in the space. And he's an actual big time investor. So look, I'm more inclined to lean this way than the other way based on, how the market is currently, the macro and all that sort of stuff. So look, I think a lot of people are going to get it wrong. I saw All In Crypto put a tweet out that everybody's kind of looking at like historical data and, like I'm very aligned to the tweet that he put out that, maybe it's, not the wisest thing to do. And I completely align with that. It's exactly what Nick and myself were saying back in June. Everybody's looking at historical data, particularly in the crypto market. They're heavily focused on, the history of what's happened, the movements and all that sort of stuff, but actually the macro landscape is far different to what it's ever been for crypto, and it's only a small data set. And this is why we were so confident in saying the bottom wasn't in June, and that magical indicators are going to get invalidated. This wasn't stuff we were just pulling out of our ass. We were trying to look at it differently and be more open-minded. And I think this is where a lot of investors fail, is they're just not open-minded enough. How many times have you been told a project is wonderful and you've just shut it down straight away rather than really having a look and going into the granular detail of the project? There's loads of people that do that, and I don't think that's the wisest thing to do. And look, I'm guilty of it at times. People ask me to do project reviews. I will dig into the project, or open a website and I think, wow, this just looks shite. And actually I dig into it and it's much, much better than I first thought. So, be open-minded in the space, listen to people's opinions, thoughts, and then make a rounded decision based on what people say. I think this is the best thing to do. Most leaders and entrepreneurs and, successful people, they really listen more than they talk. That's why you got two ears and one mouth, right? So for me, I think that's an important skill to learn, and sometimes you're more successful that way. Crypto markets respond positively to softer US rate hike announcements. So look, my thoughts and opinions on this were that I thought it was going to be 0.50, but obviously throughout the day we were getting sort of murmurs that it was going to be 0.25, and as the day ticked on, that became more and more real, from what I was hearing. So we kind of knew going into the actual update that was what it was going to be, and we were saying this in the Discord. So obviously in the morning we were talking about 0.5. By the time it was the afternoon, we were talking about 0.25. And this is why it's important to be in the Discord, get most up-to-date information. Link is in the description. It's absolutely free to join. Now, look, the markets have reacted positively, but there is a lot more news to happen about, from a macro viewpoint, that still can impact the market. So I expect it to be volatile. We've already seen yesterday a few, movements to the downside, and then, recovery kind of wicks back up. So just be aware of this stuff. Look, I think that it's going to drag it out longer. I'm surprised that the Fed have, deviated from what they were originally saying. For me, it just drags it out a little bit longer. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it's not. Let me know in the comments below. We got US Senator Tim Scott to release priorities for developing crypto even, regulation framework. So this is great for the US. And what I would say is it's almost like they're following the lead from the UK. I think, the UK is going to be way ahead of the US when it comes to crypto regulation. And they are looking to be the financial hub for crypto, and I think they will succeed in the UK ahead of the US. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do. Looking forward to seeing the outputs from this. Moving on, and we've got Lithuania reins in crypto regulation after boom exposed risks. So look, not surprised, but we need to be careful and conscious of where the regulations are sort of happening and how they're being articulated around the world. We've got UK crypto industry celebrates government's planned exemptions for crypto ad approvals. So this is fantastic. Again, we're going to see more adoption from the ads and stuff like that on YouTube and other TV and stuff like that. I think this is all really positive stuff. It's going to be good to see how this develops over the coming weeks, and again, great for adoption of crypto. And it's good to see these sorts of things. When people tell me that crypto is dead and it's that's it, it's over, it's a bubble, it's burst, I look at these sorts of articles and I think to myself, it's not dead, is it? Like, this is just part and parcel of, money markets. And, it's going to be one of those where we start to see, huge improvements and huge adoption. I think it's just a matter of time, to be really honest with everybody here. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. We got Bittrex lays off more than 80 more employees. Now, this is something we're going to see more and more, particularly something that was said by 𝗕𝗪𝗠 in his speech yesterday was around, laying off staff and stuff like that. I don't think we've seen the full extent of, the pain when it comes to layoffs. So, keep an eye on this. I think we're going to see way more. Crypto lender Celsius misused customer funds for many years and examiner fines. Again, I'm going to link all of these in our Discord for you to read through at your leisure. So look, for me, doesn't come as a surprise. Does it surprise you? Remember to check your emails on the 15th of February. If you are, involved in Celsius and you've got your crypto held on there, they are going to be allowing some users to withdraw up to 94% of their crypto holdings. So you want to check your inbox to see whether you're one of those people. I don't know what the criteria is, but check your emails on the 15th of February. One thing that I would actually say about that is just make sure that, you sign in through official links or apps on your phone rather than any links, just in case scammers sort of try to front run that email. Look, I think that's a positive that you're going to be able to potentially get some of your crypto back. South Korean prosecutors arrest executive linked to crypto exchange 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘. And this is basically through fraudulent illegal transactions, pumping and dumping prices and all that sort of stuff. It seems like the exchanges have been right at it. And the final piece of news that I wanted to cover off for you was the fact that Nigerian crypto users and enthusiasts dismissed the 100% BTC premium claim. So there has been some articles that have been shared on, Twitter and various other social media platforms. I hadn't seen 100% personally myself. I had seen articles and tweets that Nigerians were paying up to 60% over the actual price, the current value price of BTC. But that is something that is being disputed by people actually on the ground in Nigeria. So I'm going to take their word for it over what we've seen tweeted. Look how much Nigerians are paying for Bitcoin, 47,924 USD. But basically what we're being told out of Nigeria is this is very misleading evidence and is not actually what they're paying, right? Nigerians are paying 48k for one Bitcoin. You're waiting for 10k for your first luxury surrendering, watching Netflix. Surely you are the smart one. Rather interesting because I think this is not really accurate. Some Nigerian crypto and blockchain users, enthusiasts have said that recent reports suggesting the value of BTC on local crypto exchange is nearly double the prevailed USD value are totally false. According to users, the reports are based on a tweet posted on social media. Users who do not fully understand how Nigerian residents use local crypto exchange platforms. So I don't understand how they use it. Maybe somebody from Nigeria is watching the video and is able to explain to us how they use it differently and why it looks like it's so much higher. But I am going to take the words of others that are on the ground using these exchanges over the people just tweeting about it. So look, maybe some misleading information, but it's one of those, until somebody can explain to me as to why it's not as it seems from the tweet, we're going to kind of just sit on the fence on this one. So look, I hope you enjoyed today's podcast. If you did, mash up that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tap in that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video. Right, I will catch you in the next one.